Oh, and what I did last week as a little addition, as you all look at the main menu and scroll down to the bottom,
Funny.
we
What?
have our graveyard, our MIA characters, and our boss kills.
Nice.
Congratulations on that.
We have
Were we
Yeah,
not
boss.
we didn't
supposed
all
to kill it?
die.
I don't see boss kills.
That's all
down
the
at
way
the bottom
down.
of the main screen.
Yeah, everybody was too busy running away and dying.
I didn't die.
So you didn't get out.
You just disappeared.
I didn't die.
I became wall pasta, unfortunately.
Wall pasta.
That is the best way to put it. I gotta tell H-Dog that now.
Alright, so, like always, after the first game of being into the game, let's go over introductions of our new characters. Anahita, why don't you go first?
That I already did.
No, this is for stream.
Oh, okay, so I'm just going over who Anahita is.
Yes.
Okay, so Anahita is a Seraphim Ruin Hunter / Touched, aka a Zor Knight. It's whatever Knight really refers it to. She isn't really that much of a in-your-face kind of person. She's really nice. She tries to avoid confrontation as much as possible. 10 out of 10 look and appearance. My opinion, probably not yours. Forgetting something. I'm forgetting something important.
Oh, it doesn't have to be too important. Just say it as if this is the thing people will remember if your character ever dies.
Oh, if my character ever dies? I don't really know anything else then. Yeah. That's my character.
Alrighty. And how about for Akami?
That's all that needs to be said.
Akami.
Oh, I didn't hear it. I thought you said okay. I apologize. Okami is a Tobai. He is also a Ginning. And he's a sort of sarcastic, playful, yet also murderous character who excels in stealth and combat. He's pretty young, married, and a runaway prince. You know, shenanigans. That's it.
Alright, so some time has passed since the last time we've played. About a few hours, actually, as you guys stayed in the inn. After you had that bombshell dropped on you, where you were asking Hildy questions. And she mentioned that the woman that you saw that was trying to persecute her is somehow related to her by means of they share the same father.
Yeah, Hildy is related to the queen. Noble. Queen.
Noble.
Noble.
The woman who I thought I was sneaking up on last week, but wasn't sure about.
She could have killed her.
I should not have killed her.
That's what I said. I said couldn't kill her. Could not.
I know, but I shouldn't have killed her even if I could have.
So
That's what
time has passed, giving you guys enough time to have that information sink in. What are you guys doing? It's about 6 p.m. at night. Afternoon. Whatever you prefer.
I
Not
am
a single
ordering
person
something
has
to
come in here, not even the other co-manager of the Cedarwood Bar and Inn.
I'd be resting in a corner, waiting to see what the others wanted to do.
I'm ordering something to eat.
Oh, for certain he would get you anything that you would order. Without fail.
I order a very delicious meal of his finest rabbit stew.
At this point in time, Hildy would have already went upstairs into her own room and taken the chance to finally get some rest. That wasn't in a jail cell. As the three of you remain down here. After he brings you out your next bowl of soup, he would turn to you guys. It's like, well, if y'all don't mind, I think I'm gonna go ahead and turn it in. Don't think we're gonna get anybody else getting late walking or anything like that. So,
How much is a room?
oh, it's fine. You guys can stay. I wouldn't even be able to make it here if it wasn't for your help, Leanna. Miss Spider Lady.
Well, thank you. That's very kind.
He'd rub the back of his head and just give you a nod. He's like, well, su casa, mi casa. What, you have a good one.
I nod.
And he would make his way upstairs to his own room.
So I'm gonna ask the only relevant question here. Where'd your friend go? Talking to Aranya.
What friend? Oh, you mean Selena?
Yeah, her, the woman.
I have no idea. She just ran off like the scared dog she was.
Now, not
I
everyone
thought
can
I
handle
thought
the
other
adventuring
person
life.
I thought the other person that disappeared was the dog.
Yes, the dog. I do not know where he went. But Selena ran off as soon as the giant rune beast. Yeah, it was rune beast, wasn't it? Yeah. The giant rune beast came out.
We fucked that thing up.
Yes, but it almost got me in too. A careless mistake.
You were busy hiding, it's okay.
I was playing tactics. Clearly, we did win in the end.
I know, you were being smart. You were outpowered, so you decided, since my party is going to run off and be pansies and leave me alone with this thing that could easily wreck a squad of us, I'm going to hide and see if it'll leave me alone. It was very intelligent.
And this is why you guys are so far so much better than my old group.
I have the strangest feeling you and your old group didn't get along, did they?
We had a matter of differences of opinion, yes.
Finishing off my last bowl of soup, I would begin heading upstairs. I'm like, well, I'm going to go get some rest, and we can start up in the morning. I would head upstairs after that point. Last door on the right is the one I go in.
I follow her. And see how many rooms are down the hall.
As you do, there is 6 on one side, 5 on the other. The one on the very end of your right, that's closest to the wall, is closed. And on the left, the first door is closed.
I'll take the one before her then.
So wait, the last door on the right is closed?
Yes.
Okay, then I would just go into the one before that then. Because I'm assuming either Hildy or the chef, because I don't know his name yet, I don't think he gave it to me, is in there.
Well, Arina's mentioned his name.
Oh, then I would not go in there because I assumed Tarek would be in there.
And then, Kami, you're going into the room.
Before her.
So wait, are you going into the same room as me or the room?
No,
before
I'm
mine?
going in the room before you.
Oh, okay, so you're... Okay, I get it now.
And you guys go there to sleep?
Yes.
Yep.
Alright, just turn your token on the side and put that same icon that Hildy has. So, Arina,
Yes. Who's gonna stab me in the back?
you're still downstairs. What are you doing?
I'm just gonna eat, keep an eye around, look around for a bit. Just doing the go-abouts, not quite going to sleep yet, because the last time I went to sleep several times, people have tried to kill me.
It has been a very exciting time for you. To be honest, this probably would be the best time for it all to really sink in.
Get it. Sink.
It's only been 2 days, and throughout your life it's been stressful, but no one's ever made a direct attempt on your life except for in your past, but this is the first time that it felt this personal.
Mm-hmm.
Do you do anything else while you're sitting here?
Nah. After a while, I'll probably go back upstairs and take a sleep as well. But making sure to be very careful and keep an eye on my surroundings as I go about it. Don't need another incident like before.
Alright, what room do you take? On the right, the last 3 doors look to be closed. There's 2 that look to be open. And on the left, there's the first door that's closed, and the next 5 are open.
I'm gonna stick to the right, because there's more doors closed, just means more of my allies are probably there. And I'll just take one of the 2 open ones. Doesn't matter which.
Alright, first or second?
I'll take first.
Open the door and it explodes.
Alright, so meanwhile... I thought I had to reset that. Does anybody do their any nightly duties before going to full bed, like any prayers or anything like that?
I would pray to Mama.
I guess it's
And
been a couple of minutes cleaning my sword.
And did I try to stabilize myself last time? I can't remember.
I can't either, honestly.
I don't
All-
think so, because all I did was fail to stabilize on you, and we never did anything else after that.
Okay, I will also try to stabilize myself one time. Well, for the first time, and I fail. Son of a bitch, I thought I switched that over. There we go.
I'll do a prayer as well, because it's kind of my thing anyway these days. Just a small one. Asking for the swift deaths to the feline creature.
That's right, you still haven't been able to lay any eyes on him, have you?
I have not. All I know is his feline in nature.
Alright, so give or take about an hour later, I need you guys to make listen checks.
Again. Do I even have good listen? It's not bad. It's not good, but it's not bad. Hey, bad.
So, Kami and Arina, you hear the sound of the door downstairs opening and then shutting again.
I didn't want to wake up anyways.
Rana will definitely wake herself up, sorry, and crawl and start to climb the walls in preparation in case something's coming. Pretty much doing what he's doing is hiding.
I
Can I
essentially
just-
hide under my bed.
Can I just say that I'm pretty sure Jason has some sort of hack going on in the background? He always manages to fucking nat 20.
I have no idea what you're talking about. It's been like this in every game I've ever played. My D&D group hates me because I'm the DM, and they die a lot when I roll 20s.
You're a dick.
It's not my fault.
It is your fault.
So, after some time, you guys start to hear heavy footsteps heading up the stairs. As Arina, you hear like the footsteps outside of your door. As the sound of a door opening echoes in the hallway and then shutting.
Okay. Anything else?
Nope.
Okay. They didn't come in my room, so that's cool.
After about 10 minutes, I would doze off again if nothing else happens.
Alrighty.
And I'm just blind to the world.
It turns out to be around 10 o'clock at this time. The night guard is making their rounds around the city, keeping an eye on everything, making sure nothing's going amiss. As they notice a figure moving towards the city. At first they didn't make too much of a fuss about it, and then they noticed the almost iridescent looking pigments that she carried in her eyes, followed by her flowing red hair, as two of the guards would step up in between the entrances. Their weapons not readied, but held in a way that they can use them if needed. As the woman approached, "You there?" "State your business."
There was this paper thing in a town not too far back. And I would hold it up.
The older looking one would gesture to the one next to him as he would move towards you to look at it.
I would hand it out towards him, keeping a hand on my book.
He would take it in his hand and look at it. It's like, this looks to be a request for help from adventurers, from a Terran.
Yeah. I don't know who he is, but it's terrible.
He would look at you, and it's obvious that he's like looking directly at your like frame because you just look different. But he's not saying anything about it. Well, I don't know how much you can get from us since this Tarek, he's just not here. He actually moved from here a while ago, but I suppose you could find more information in the... Ah, that's right. Garrett. Yes, sir? What did the old man change the name to the barn and, I think it was Cedarwood, sir. Yeah, that area over there, he would point towards the building with the stables and whatnot in front of it. You head over there. You could probably ask more questions. Granted, you look over at the moonlit, or not moonlit sky, that's right, the starlit sky. I can't guarantee if anyone's awake, but give it by morning. You'd probably be able to find more there.
Thank you so much.
You would nod, handing you back the paper.
I would open up the book and just like stick the paper inside the cover and close the book up again. Can I go on by?
He would nod, and it's like, let her pass. The younger one would move to the side.
Have a good one.
You do the same. So as you walk through, why don't you go ahead and describe what your character looks like?
Well, Orly has red hair, like many different types of red, all merging into like an incandescent kind of glowy red. She has silver eyes and kind of like a natural blush to her cheeks. And a very, very slight dotting of freckles on her nose. She wears a like a fitted, well, in what our day and age we call a tank, like a wife beater kind of thing. Except since they don't have that crinkly material, it's just a cotton tank top with a red looking leather jacket on, and just dark pants, and essentially this time's equivalent of combat boots. And she's tall, you know, for, a human. And rather thin. So, other than that, she has a book with a leather lashing tied to her that is always on her right side. And that is, other than the backpack, that's pretty much it.
Alright. So as you enter into this town, you see a few houses spread across here. It doesn't look too fancy, it doesn't look like that many people live here, but it's quaint. In the very center of the town, you see a tower with a sign saying, those who are forever shamed.
Those who are forever shamed.
Yes.
I would walk up to it.
Right, it's the one in the center. You can walk there.
Hold on. In the center. I have to zoom out a little bit. Oh, are we talking about the gravestones or? There's a sign. Oh. Okay.
Yeah, it's this building.
Okay.
As you get here, the door seems to be closed. And as you're looking
indeed is
around,
the
there's really
chicken,
not a lot
correct?
of activity other than you see some of the night guards with torches making rounds around the village. And then at the other end of the village, you see another set of them that looks to be blocking off another path leading outside the village. As you look on the horizon in that direction, you see much brighter lights, but the trees block you from being able to see anything that the lights are originating from.
All right. So from where I'm standing, I would. Well, has this pig always been laying down?
No?
No. Okay. From where I'm standing, I would kind of draw like a rough sketch of the area in my map, noting where the barricade is and the sign, and just kind of put like an X where I am and draw what I can see from there. And I'd add on to it, putting an X, essentially wherever I would stop. But before I do all that, I'm going to like just, test the door and see if it opens a little bit.
Oh yeah, completely opens.
Oh yeah, completely opens.
Yep,
I would step inside.
as you do, it looks like it has two pathways. There's a stair heading up with another door there, though you don't know if it's open or not. And then a pathway heading down, which looks like it's a stairway winding downward.
I choose to go up to the door,
As you twist the handle, it is locked. Or
and then I
not
go
twist
back.
the handle as you try to push it open. It's locked. And then you head
And I
down.
would go back down. And then I would go down the staircase.
Yep, give me one moment.
Okay. Yay for fanciness.
So as you come down here, you see another one of the men and what looks to be the same type of armor, looking at papers that's on his board. As you see torches lining this hallway going straight downward.
I'd say, excuse me, sir.
Oh, hello, miss. He would close the papers up in a book and turn to face you. Can I be of service to you?
What sort of building is this?
What kind of building is? Oh! I'm assuming you must be new. Little town's getting quite popular.
She grins and looks down and kind of like rubs the spine of her book that's hanging by her again. I say, you could say that. I've never been here before.
Well. Come. I'll show you. As he would move from the chair and then walk downward, assuming that you'd follow.
I
This,
follow.
my dear, is pretty much what you can aspire to be, a jail in the making.
She opens up her book and writes jail. And she goes, that would be... What's a jail?
Oh my, you are quite new. Jail. It would be a place where you can put away criminals to make them atone for their sins.
Oh! Oh! I've heard of these! She starts to look around very curiously. And she's like, Daranume taught me about these. She goes, I never thought I'd really be in one.
Is this your first time? Where are you from? If you don't mind me asking, as he would stop and put his hands on his hips and kind of tilt his head looking at you.
Well, where I come from, there's no crime really, or anything of the nature for that matter.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, one of my friends hid a pig once, but that was because they were going... Oh, that doesn't matter. No. No. Yeah, no, I'm from... She looks down, kind of shy. The different plane? And given the fact that Katie has no clue what it is, she's not even going to try to make up a name for it.
He would look at you and be like, all that stuff's over my head. But I hope you enjoy your time here. Well, hopefully you never have to see the inside of these bars. Just make sure that you're good, and you'll never have to.
She opens up her book and writes "be good," and then "be good" equals no jail.
As he would turn to you and look like, so. Speaking about people that have not been good, I'm about to show you one. You remember when I was speaking that we made this somewhat into a jail? Well, originally this town wasn't what it is like now. Give or take about a decade or two. This place was actually ran by a really powerful mage.
Really? And she, like, almost buries herself in her book, writing almost word for word what the guard is saying.
Yep, it's true. If it wasn't for the results of teamwork and righteous justice, we would not be able to advance as far as we are now. This tower actually was, I believe, his home. We locked up the upper half because we really can't understand most of it, but we're instituting the bottom of here into somewhat of a dungeon.
Is there any way I can see the top of it?
Sorry, my lady. That's not possible. At least, not under my command.
She bends her knees and says, "Oh, please! I
He
want
put
to
his
see it
hands
so
up like
bad."
he put his hands up in like a giving up manner. It's like, well, it's not even under my control to even make that decision. That'll be my boss.
Who's your boss? Can I talk to him?
Oh, probably want to do that on a different time. He's not having a good day.
Why?
Let's just say something got in his way today.
Does
But
this have to
I
do with
digress. I
children?
digress. Come. Let me show you. He would come up to here as he would bang on the jail cell. As you move over here, you can see a figure cloaked in black with black hair growing messily around him. Doesn't seem like he has a beard, it's just his hair from his head. As he's knelt down, hunched over, dressed in rags and skin obviously devoid of sunlight for quite some time.
She would squat down, book resting on her knees, and then kind of look up at the guard, and then look back at the prisoner and say, "What's that? Who's that?"
That is the all-powerful Salim. Well, not any powerful now, he would say, looking into the gate.
Celine?
Salim.
Why is he in there?
When he used to run this tower, he ran this city with a iron fist, threatening his magics on anyone that didn't obey his rule.
How long has he been in there?
The guard would rub his fingers through his beard. I think it's going on 20 years now.
20 years.
As you're looking at this guy, the feeling that you would get from him is you just feel cold around him, like not just a physical cold, but emotionally cold. It's almost like his aura is screaming danger.
What do you mean he's not all powerful anymore?
Oh, his tomes are stripped from him. His magic's almost bound to hit away from his use. He's nothing but a regular old human now, aren't you? Like this entire time, he's still just knelt over and just utterly silent.
She would just kind of stare at him, like trying to even fathom sitting in this little area for 20 years. And then she would stand up and look to the guard and say, "Well, Given the fact that the inn's probably closed right now, do you mind if I sit here for a little bit?
He would look at you and say, "What, sit here in front of him? I don't know, it kind of gives me the spooks." As he would move up.
I look at him, I'm like, I won't be long.
Oh, shouldn't do you any harm. It's not like you can get him out of his cell. Fortunately, I misplaced the keys, so we had to get new ones. But, yep. Enjoy yourself, he would say as he walks back up. You guys are assholes.
No,
Why are
we're
we
not.
assholes?
Stole my keys.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did.
Hell yeah, we did.
I forgot about that.
We still have them too.
Oh yeah, I still got him.
So he moves up and goes over to his corner where he was at as he sits down. So as you stand here, you notice that
Oh no, I would have moved to sit like arm's length away from the bars, but against the wall. So I think I remember how to do this. Sha? Yeah. But against the wall.
so he's just barely sitting outside of your range of vision. Or getting close to it, at least.
So I would see like his outline, but nothing
Not
of
real
true
detail. Yeah.
I would sigh and like reach into my backpack and grab a food rations and just like toss it into this, like skid it along the cell. But they can't be feeding you much here.
He remains silent and unmoving.
She would continue to talk to the darkness. Is it true what they say? You ran this town.
He still doesn't seem to be answering. Though as you're sitting here, like before you couldn't notice, but as you sat here tossing the ration, sparked up some random questions. Like, you do know he's still alive, he's breathing. He's just not responding to you. At least not by the questions you're asking.
She would move from sitting on like her butt to like on her knees, just in front of the gate. I'll bet you have quite the stories to tell.
As you do, and you move towards the gate now, so you're more in vision, you can see that his silver lined eyes are stared directly at you this entire time. You couldn't tell when you were sitting back.
Are you kidding me? Why didn't I sit closer? She would kind of grin. So you can move.
His features wouldn't change, but his eyes would be like locked onto you currently.
Do they feed you much? I could ask them and get one answer, but I don't feel like they do.
As you're looking in here, you can see there's like rotten apple cores. There's what looks like dried tomatoes that lost its color. It's been here for obviously some time.
They don't even clean up for you.
He's currently still just locking his eyes on you. If it wasn't for the heavy deal of fatigue and just inability to keep himself clean and whatnot, he actually has some rather handsome features. Straw jawline, one that you would expect from someone that held himself at a higher esteem than it is right now, at least.
She would lean forward and put a hand on the bar and would say, hold on. And go back to the guard. Zoom. And she'd go, excuse me.
Ah, yes. He would look at you as he has a book in his hands open, as he had a quill in his hand. Looked like he was writing.
You said you've lost the keys, correct?
Yes, I have. About a day ago. I can't seem to figure out where I misplaced them.
When was the last time he's received any sort of nourishment?
We have a woman come by every other day or so to bring him some thing to eat. That pause was intended.
Her eyebrows would furrow and just like pure confusion lays over her face, and she just walks back away. And
as you get over here, he's now standing.
She would hold out her water skin to him. And if he doesn't make any step in her direction, she slides it along the floor.
Looking at it, he would look at you as he would reach down, as his hands would reach to pick it up. And as he's moving now, you can just see how little he is fed. As you can see, the muscles on his arms are wilting, and it just looks like he's suffering from malnutrition. As he would take it, as he would then take it and then move back towards the darkness. As you can hear the sounds of gulping in the back.
She would sit down again, this time not worrying how far from the bar she was, just putting her back against the wall. Don't drink it too fast, you'll get sick. She starts like to just lazily note in her book about the conditions of his cell, noting in particular what's around him, not like all of the other one. I'm assuming they're empty cells.
Yes.
Noting that they have like a clean pile of hay, whereas his is gross and he's got rotten food. And from what I can see, is there like a waste bucket, or is it just like a corner?
No, there doesn't seem to be a waste bucket. You can assume it to be a corner, but you can't see all the way in the back in the cell.
Right.
After some time, as you're writing that down, you would hear his voice pick up, and it would hit your ears like smooth linen. Why is it that you've come here?
Without looking up, she says curiosity initially. Everything's driven by curiosity.
He would pause as the silence would just hang in there. What is it that you seek from me?
From you? I didn't even know you were here.
Yet, now that you do, you choose to stay.
She would glance sideways at him. So you get many visitors? And then continues writing.
There are few that choose to visit one that they deem to be the hairbringer of their deaths.
What is that supposed to mean?
You would hear a chuckle. You needn't worry. When the time comes, your kindness would not be forgotten.
She would like slam her book shut. They can't keep doing this. The state of this is ridiculous. It's abhorrent.
You would hear the rustling sound of the guard at the top of the place. It's like, you all right down there?
Very irritated. She'd be like, fine, I'm fine.
What can you expect from those with feeble minds? Something comes that they cannot understand. They only result to violence.
This isn't even violent. This is just disgusting.
Raven has a plan for all.
Who?
You should be going. I doubt that you would want to spend your time sitting here.
She would turn and face the stall with her her legs crossed. And she'd say, "Honey, the inn's shut. I got nowhere to stay tonight. Least you could do is tell me a story."
Alright, give me diplomacy.
Okay. Let me find it real quick because I didn't put it as a token action. If brain would function, that'd be nicer. D, diplomacy.
He would chuckle. He's like, fine. I'll tell you the story of how I had once owned this town in the palm of my hand. As he would go on a long story explaining how he once gained power over the town, how he used his magics to put a, not so much oh no, yeah, it was enforced, and force peace to the town, because if anyone that went against it would be killed. Though this whole gist of time and speaking and whatnot carries on for majority of the night, actually.
That's fine. Orly's actually taken a vested interest in it and is has created a separate not created, obviously. She uses a separate page and takes notes almost the entire time. If he doesn't stop her.
He doesn't. He would explain how he lived here for over hundreds of years, how him being here is the only reason why the town is here, that he's been replaced for bigots and fools, how he dislikes the mistreatment of other races that the people do. Because when he was in rule, everyone was treated fairly, it didn't matter the race. Especially since he was the one that actually had his arms open for people to come in if they accepted his rule. And he would go on to explain how he's the only reason why a large portion of Arachna that traveled here about 30 years ago, that he's the only reason why they survived and whatnot.
So that's why you're here.
Why I'm here is because of fear.
What's in that tower? The guard wouldn't show me. He said he couldn't.
You'd hear a chuckle. If you can find the key, then I just might show you. So as this time, the guard would finally come down and be like, "Hey, you've been down there for quite a while. You okay?"
She would have been transfixed on Celine at this point, and a couple of seconds after, he would say, "Are you okay?" Oh, excuse me. Orly would kind of blink back to reality and look at him and go, "Huh?"
I'm just making sure you're fine. It's morning. been here all night. Or he's like, you've been here all night.
She would go kind of wide-eyed. She goes, really?